Hey everyone. So, I was tagged by All That Beauty with Lori, and I will link her channel and her tag below. And this is for the anti-aging angel tag. So, let's get started. Number one is, what is your best anti-aging skincare advice? It's probably going to be redundant with everybody else that has done this, but I would definitely say sunscreen is really important. You know, when I was growing up and I was a teenager, it was baby oil, you know, out in the sun, no sunscreen. Even when I was little, I was born in '68, so in the '70s, go down the shore to my grandmother's house and would go to the beach, right? No sunscreen was ever put on me, and I am 3/4 Irish, quarter Italian, so I pretty much burn. As I got older, I would burn and then, you know, it would go away. And then as I got older, I would maybe burn and then tan. I finally stopped laying out in the sun when I was like 25. I realized, as nice as it looks, I noticed like forehead wrinkles. So I stopped laying out in my 20s. So I would definitely say one of the best things to do starting young is sunscreen. And also taking care of your skin when you're young, washing it when you have makeup on. Even in my addiction, I would wash my face. Like, you know, I would still have the makeup on longer than I should have, but I would always, like, stop in the middle of the party and go wash my face. Like, because just after a while I couldn't stand having, even if the makeup was faded, I still went and washed my face. Number two, what is the best anti-aging skincare brand that you've tried? Well, if you saw my video so far, I'm really loving the Timeless. They're new. I have a video, and I will link that below. You still can get $5 off. I'm really enjoying those products very much. I am also using the Peter Thomas Roth, which I have a video to that as well, the retinol serum. And then the Walgreens brand. So as you can see, none of my brands, except maybe the Peter Thomas Roth, are that super expensive. Now I have tried Pericone, the Blue Plasma. I tried the Blue Plasma for the face and for the eyes. Both did nothing. And that's a very expensive brand. But obviously, the products work for other people because they're still in the market. They're still being used. It just didn't work for me. And like I always say, skincare is subjective. So, number three, what is your best anti-aging makeup trick? I would say less is more. As I've gotten older, I don't do my makeup like I used to. Years ago, you know, I put a lot of powder on to make my face matte. And now, my hoods have gotten hoodier, if that's a word. So I watch placement of my eyeshadow. But I would definitely say less is more, especially like with the powder. I do set, even though I have normal dry skin, I still set my face with a powder, but I try to use the least bit possible. Number four, what hair color do you find more youthful and beautiful? Again, to me, that's subjective. I mean, look at this color. You know, not everybody would look good in this color. I was actually naturally blonde when I was born. And then it just slowly started to go to like a brown, like it went to like dirty blonde. And then it just went to like a brown. I still tried to maintain the blondness, you know, do highlights and that kind of thing. And I also, you know, did at home stuff. I tried a lightener. That was a disaster. So I always tried to do the blonde, but for some reason, it would eventually become very brassy looking and just not nice. And I also started young, because my grandmother was, by the time she was 25, was totally gray. So, I was getting gray hairs in my 20s. So, I eventually just wanted to do a single process. I started out with Clairol, reddish brown when I was like 25. No, maybe 27. And then slowly but surely, I went to the reds. And I've done light auburn, medium auburn, dark auburn. I even did a color that was like almost purplish, auburnish. It reminded me of Sharon Osbourne, because Pete was like, Sharon? I'm like, really? And he would do that at like 6 in the morning. Like when I get up for work, he'd be like, Sharon, you look so beautiful today. I'm like, really? So, reds, I've been across the board reds. I would just say whatever color looks good with your skin tone. I personally don't feel like I would look good with black hair, let's say. So, but I think it's really more or less, you know, what looks good on you. So if you're blonde and it looks good on you, you know, or if your brown hair looks good on you, or highlights, I think it's what looks good and makes you feel good. Number 5, do you think muted colors or bright colors are better when you are older? I would say both. In the summer, I'll do a brighter lip, and then, you know, as the weather changes, I'll do a darker lip. But again, it's, you know, what you like, what you're used to. I don't think that has anything to do. I used to love when I would be in, like, the nursing home where I did hospice, and, you know, you see the old little ladies getting ready to go to church or whatever, and, you know, they'd always have, like, their, usually, if anything, was lipstick, and, you know, you'd see reds, you'd see oranges, you'd see bright pinks. So, to me, it's whatever you're comfortable with. Number 6, do you think matte or satin colors are better for eye makeup or lipstick? I love mattes. I always have. I was afraid of shimmer. I can remember seeing palettes and being like, actually, when the first Naked palette came out, the first one, I remember thinking, I would never use that. This shows you how far I've come. And, you know, the big thing about getting that palette, and I said, no, I can't. And I never did. I never got any of the Naked palettes, except for the basics. Of course, because they're matte. And then I slowly but surely started to turn and try shimmery colors. Obviously, if you're really afraid of shimmer, satin, and usually, like, matte has some satin colors that you could try out. But I feel like the lighter shimmers, and I just said this in another video, I feel like the lighter shimmers can make my eyelids look more crunchy, wrinkly. Where if I'm using a darker shimmer, they don't appear as crunchy, if that makes sense. But I'm okay, you know, and even lips, I have matte lipsticks. Now, I really love the matte lipstick formula with the new Maybelline mattes. Now, I've tried Wet n Wild, and the Wet n Wild ones just don't look good at all. They're not. Like, the Maybelline ones definitely have more of a slip, more like you can really rub your lips together, where, like, you know, some of the matte lipstick, it's like your lips get stuck. Anyway, number 7, what color lipstick is most flattering and anti-aging? Again, I love any color. My oldest son's grandmother always wears red. And she really doesn't wear much makeup, doesn't wear any eye makeup, but always has a signature red lip. And it looks beautiful with her coloring, her teeth. It just, I would say any color can be flattering, you know. There's a lot of lip colors that I'll put on, I'm like, seriously. But pinks, you know, the darker colors, if you have smaller lips, definitely will be harder to pull off, and you have to be careful, obviously, when you're wearing darker ones, because, you know, when you're starting to get the little fine lines, you don't want anything traveling. That's where it becomes, to me, more of an issue than so much the color. Number 8, what's your best anti-aging exercise tip? Seriously. Well, I don't exercise, but I would say when I did and do, it's usually walking. To me, I have arthritis in my spine, so obviously there's certain things I can't do, but walking, that has never affected me. I do think I have arthritis in my knees too, but that, even with walking though, it never has affected me so bad. Do you know what I mean? That I couldn't, walk somewhere or walk around a track, or I feel overall, even if somebody's like, wants to start an exercise program, even if you just walk around the block, I do try to walk when I can, and I always had a tendency to walk fast. My friend used to say, that's because you have really long legs, which I don't think so, but I'm not sure why, but except if I'm in really high heels, then I can't walk fast. But I do. I have a tendency to walk like fast-paced. And if I'm walking to exercise, I just walk my normal pace, if that makes sense. Anyway, number 9, what is your best nutrition tip? Seriously. Well, I would say everything in moderation. I would say the number one thing would be water. I was one of those people that hated water. Didn't see the purpose of it. Just, if it wasn't caffeine in my mind, like, it wasn't worth drinking. And after I had my daughter Katie, I did Weight Watchers. Probably, I'm going to say, maybe 6 or 7 months after she was born. And obviously, you had to mark your water off, and I actually started drinking water and just fell in love. Now, I've been drinking it for 13 years, and I have like a little jug. I think it's 32 ounces. I probably drink 2 to 3 of those a day. 7 days a week. Like 5 gallons of water. Me and Pete go through 5 gallons. Sometimes even in 5 days. Yeah, that's like one great habit that I have. Yeah. But water, I would say, is, I actually crave it. Like, especially if I have caffeine, I notice, like, right after I'm finished my caffeine, I need water. I mean, I do drink ginger ale with, like, a meal, like with lunch or dinner. I can't get that good and give up. I don't know. For me, I like to have a soda with my meal, if that makes sense. I could do water, but I just don't like to with my meal. But then right after I finish eating, I'm back to my water. So, number 10. Who is the most inspiring YouTuber you like to watch for anti-aging advice? I like Angie from Hot and Flashy. And I like her honesty about Botox, and she talks about her skincare, and of course, Uppy Beads, Tammy. I enjoy watching. That's how I learned about the masking, with the paper masks. But there's another one. I think her name is Carolyn Hirons, Hirons. I'll have to link all these channels below. She is very into skincare, and I found her not that long ago. I've only been subscribed for a little while, but I really enjoy her as well. I'm pretty sure, I think she's in the UK. Don't quote me. So, that is my tag. I hope I inspired someone to maybe do the tag. So, if you haven't done it and you'd like to, I tag you to do it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.